In a quiet village surrounded by hills, there lived a young man named Kieran, who often felt lost in life. Every day seemed the same: work, eat, sleep, and repeat. Though he longed for something more meaningful, he didn't know where to begin. One day, while walking through the market, Kieran stumbled upon a small shop selling old books and trinkets. In the corner, he noticed a dusty journal with a leather cover. Intrigued, he picked it up. The shopkeeper, an elderly man with kind eyes, said, "That's no ordinary journal. It's for writing the story of your life." Kieran laughed nervously. "I don't have a story worth writing." The old man smiled. "Every life is a story, my boy. The question is, will you let others write it for you, or will you take the pen into your own hands?" Curious, Kieran bought the journal and took it home. That evening, as he sat by his small desk, he opened it to find the first page blank. At the top, in elegant handwriting, were the words, "Who do you want to become?" Kieran pondered the question. He had always gone along with what others expected, working the family trade, living in the same village, and following the same routines. But who did he want to become? After hours of thought, he wrote, "I want to be someone who discovers the world, someone who learns and grows." For the first time, he felt a spark of excitement. Over the next few weeks, the journal became his guide. Each page posed a new question. What do you value most? What fears are holding you back? What is one step you can take today toward your dream? As Kieran answered these questions, he began to understand himself better. He realized he valued curiosity and connection, and his greatest fear was failing if he tried something new. One day, the journal asked, "What is one adventure you've always dreamed of?" Kieran hesitated but wrote, "Travel to the mountains and see the sunrise from the highest peak." The thought terrified him. He had never left his village, and the mountains seemed impossibly far. But the journal's next question pushed him further. What's one small step you can take today? That day, Kieran began saving money for the trip. He researched the route, talked to travelers who had been to the mountains, and prepared himself for the journey. Each step felt like writing a new sentence in his life story. Months later, Kieran stood at the top of the mountain, watching the sunrise paint the sky in hues of gold and crimson. Tears welled in his eyes, not just from the beauty before him, but from the realization that he had rewritten his story. The journal had taught him that life isn't about waiting for things to happen. It's about deciding who you want to be and taking steps to become that person. As he descended the mountain, Kieran felt a newfound confidence. He returned to his village with stories of his journey, inspiring others to pick up their own pens and write their lives intentionally. Years later, Kieran visited the old shopkeeper who had sold him the journal. Handing him the now-filled book, Kieran said, "Thank you. This journal didn't just help me write my story, it helped me live it." The old man smiled and said, "Remember, the story never ends until you stop writing. Keep the pen in your hands."